The only way, it's like, this is probably considered totally racist, like Columbus discovering America, or Archimedes' Eureka in the bathtub. I mean, it's sort of like you discovered a new world for women. That's what we did. Everything we had been told about our lives, whether it's our sexual organs, our reproductive organs, our hair color, our height, our weight, what we could study, what we had studied in school, what our parents had told us, what we were creating a new and different world it was creating a new and different world. It was a profoundly, ironically, it was a profoundly intellectual movement too, because it was the written word. If you look from like probably 68 to 75, there were probably a gazillion, you know, little women's liberation mimeograph newsletters. And there's no email, we didn't phone. We read voraciously. When I finally moved, I mean, I've started, you know, sorting out my papers because I've got to get rid of them all. I mean, I think half my last moving van was all papers that I've saved and stored, and now I'm starting to get rid of them. So, we believed that we could create a world where men and women could get along. It wasn't a world without men. And I remember I was involved in the first Women's Liberation Conference in England, in Oxford in 1970. And the theme of that was about how men and women would cooperate with childcare. I mean, you know, if anything, my big hopes that have been dashed is that I think women have moved in one direction, and I think men have, for the most part, have stayed still. So that the changes we thought were possible, many of them were possible for women, but I don't think the majority of men have moved. It was daily, weekly, global, what have you. I mean, marriages broke up, people changed, you know, had new sexual partners, people stayed married, but the pattern of their lives fundamentally changed. Women entered occupations they never thought it would be possible. Women had children on their own without partners and found out that the world didn't end. You know, people went exploring on their own. I mean, just women did things they had never done before.